Greetings gorgeous peeps, I'm Chris from TechSpert and this beast over here is the Razer Blade 15 2020 edition. If you're after a capable gaming laptop that can cope with any title you throw at it right now, but you don't want to spend more than £2 then the Razer Blade 15 is definitely a solid option, especially if portability is a key factor for you. I've been reviewing the base model of the 2020 Razer Blade 15, which can be snaffled for £1,700 here in the UK, although my review model costs £1,900 with a bit of a specs bump. And that sub £2,000 price is still pretty damn good considering the specs it packs into a really surprisingly compact and lightweight chassis. So here's my full review of the Razer Blade 15 2020, and for more on the latest greatest tech, please do plug, subscribe and ding that notifications bell. Cheers! So the fresh new Razer Blade sports an aluminium frame which is available in a choice of just two colours, black or white. Although as you can no doubt make out there, the plain black lid is very prone to picking up greasy fingerprints and scuffs when you're opening and closing it or just carrying it about. Definitely not an attractive sight, but it's pretty common for Razer laptops to be fair. So I haven't even been eating Nando's or Mackie D's or anything like that, that's just natural finger grease. But the great thing about the design of the Razer Blade 15 2020 is definitely that slim and light finish. If you want something to just chuck in a rucksack and carry about all day, this will definitely do the job. It's definitely just as thin and just as lightweight as a lot of rivals like the Acer Helios 300 and Triton 300. And the design is pretty subdued here on the Razer Blade 15 as well as far as gaming machines go. In fact, obligatory light up lid logo aside, you'd be forgiven for thinking it was a business laptop. So sure, it's not exactly the most exciting design, but if you want something to take into the boardroom without attracting funny glances while also blasting through a bit of doom in your downtime, then the Razer Blade 15 will do the job. And no concerns with the durability either. That lid is proper firm to help protect the display, flexing only a little bit under pressure as needed, while the rest of the chassis feels just as solid. The Razer Blade 15 is pretty strong on the connectivity front too. You got two USB 3.1 ports and a single USB 3.2, got a bit of Ethernet, you've got some HDMI and also a tasty bit of Thunderbolt 3 for hooking up peripherals and 4K monitors if you want to indulge in some Ultra HD gaming. As for that built-in keyboard, well, it's actually pretty good for gaming on a budget. You don't get any mechanical switches or other fancy tech, but that board is pleasingly firm, and while the key travel is rather shallow thanks to the slender build, each key does spring instantly back into place once struck. Of course, it also basically just looks like your standard laptop keyboard. There's no fancy macro keys, there's not even a shortcut key to fast load the Razer Synapse app. Speaking of which, the Razer Synapse app is of course yes back in action here, and that can be used to fully customize the keyboard backlighting. And as usual, the level of customization is absolutely mental. Although as you can see here, it's just a single lighten zone. You don't get individual zones and you certainly can't do individual key lighting. You'll definitely have to upgrade to the more advanced model of Razer Blade 15 if you want all that shenanigans. Besides that, it's basically your standard Windows setup here on the Razer Blade 15, although there's no Windows Hello support annoyingly. There's no face recognition, no built-in fingerprint sensor, which is definitely a bit of an arse, especially if you end up unlocking the bloody thing a couple dozen times a day. As for the display, well, the Razer Blade 15 sports a 15.6-inch OLED panel surrounded by dinky wee bezels, and my review model offered a full HD resolution. Although if you've got a bit of extra cash, you've got the option of bumping that up to a 4K display instead if you really want to push that GPU to its very limits. And personally, I found the visuals perfectly crisp whether I was blasting brains across the nearest wall or kicking back with some Netflix to calm down a bit after some frantic bloodfest. The 144Hz refresh rate offers a silky smooth gaming experience, although if your stacks are fat you can upgrade that to the advanced model, which delivers even faster 300Hz visuals. To be perfectly honest, I think my knackered old peepers would struggle to really see the difference, but you youngins might find it a bit of an advantage. And no complaints with that colour accuracy either, so creatives can certainly get on board too. My SpiderX Pro reckons that almost a full 100% of the sRGB gamut is covered off, along with 75% of the Adobe RGB. It's a slightly warm panel in the default settings, and it's certainly very easy on the eye, with gorgeous sharp contrast as you'd expect from an OLED, and nice deep blacks too. And on the maximum brightness settings as well, it certainly delivers quite a punch. It reaches almost 400 nits, which is certainly bright enough to work outdoors, watch a movie, play a game, whatever you fancy, and that's helped along by the anti-reflective display coating. The only time I really struggled was when direct sunlight was absolutely pounding the crap out of it, but apart from that, all good. Sadly though, there's no touch support here on this base model. You'll have to upgrade to the advanced model for that. So now let's talk power. And what you get stuffed inside of the Razer Blade 15 2020 edition is a 10th generation Intel Core i7 H series chipset, offering strong gaming performance for laptops. This base model of the Razer Blade 15 packs in a Core i7 10750H backed by 16 gigs of DDR4 RAM. Now of course you'll need some proper graphical grunt as well for gaming, so it's good to see Nvidia's GeForce RTX 2060 also crammed inside here, with the option of upgrading to an RTX 2070 or even a 2080 Super if you've got a bit more scratch. Still, the 2016 Doom ran like an absolute beauty on those top detail settings, living up to the promise of that 144Hz display. GTA 5 was also no struggle whatsoever for the Razer Blade 15 2020, and Strange Brigade also ran with a beautiful frame rate throughout. And if you're a benchmarking fan or you just like to hear people read out big numbers, then good news, that's exactly what's about to happen. Hooray! So first up, the Time Spy benchmark test in 3D Mark turned out a score of 5,736, while the Razer Blade 15 was set to the balanced performance mode, and that's a pretty standard score for a 2020 gaming laptop with a 2060 shoved inside. When I switched things up to the gaming mode inside the Synapse app, the result trickled up a tad to 5,893, so clearly it doesn't make too much difference which mode you're in when you're using the laptop for intensive tasks. As for the Port Royal ray tracing benchmark test, that spaffed out a score of 3,377, again pretty standard for a laptop of this sort of caliber. And when I ran the Strange Brigade benchmarking test, well, this spat out a score of 110 frames per second on those high detail settings, that's an average reading, and 91 FPS on average on the ultra detail settings, so impressive work. Now this base version of the Razer Blade 15 sports a heat pipe arrangement so all that hot air can piss right off, and it seems to do the job absolutely fine. Even after literally hours of gaming and benchmarking, the Razer Blade 15 showed no signs of throttling at all. After you've been gaming for a while, that area just above the keyboard does get crazy hot, and the board itself is fairly warm, but all of the areas that you touch while gaming are cool enough to make it a comfortable experience. And on the maximum setting, those fans aren't crazy loud either, so they shouldn't disturb anyone else in the same room as you too badly, certainly no worse than any other gaming laptop around this sort of price. And no worries if you like gaming online either, you've got full Wi-Fi 6 support, which worked like a charm for me, and otherwise there's that dedicated Ethernet port if your Wi-Fi isn't quite up to snuff. Now gaming laptops usually suck pretty hard, to be fair, when it comes to the battery life. The Razer Blade 15 isn't too bad at all. If you're just using it for standard everyday tasks like working in a bit of Chrome while streaming some media, something like that, you'll get roughly 4 to 4.5 hours of use out of the thing. Of course, when you actually start gaming on the thing, as you're apt to do on a gaming laptop, you'll find that that result drops quite dramatically to just 1 hour and 15 minutes on a full charge. And last up, a quick note on the storage. So packed inside my version of the Razer Blade 15 2020, I had a 512GB SSD, and it was certainly a nippy bugger. Crystal Disk recorded speeds of 3.2 gigabits per second when reading, and just under 3 gigabits per second when writing, so certainly download speeds are basically dictated by the speed of your network, and games load up nice and fast. And so that right there is what I think of the Razer Blade 15 2020 edition, the base model, bear in mind as well. If you want the advanced model with even sexier specs, 300Hz display, all that kind of shenanigans, you'll have to upgrade and pay a little bit more cash. But as I said before, this base model will do anyone who wants to play the very latest titles on those high detail settings, but also have a good bit of portability as well and spend less than £2,000. Now, I'm hoping to review a couple of strong rivals to the Razer Blade 15 2020, the Acer Triton 300 and also the Helios 300 really soon as well. They were just launched last week, so go check out my coverage of those for all you need to know. And for more of the latest greatest tech, please do subscribe and ding that notifications bell. Cheers!